Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando and today we're going to be talking about personal loans. And if you've watched my videos before, you know that I've really kind of just jumped and kind of like just skimmed the surface of what a personal loan is and what are the pros and cons of it. But this video, I'm going to literally break down exactly what a personal loan is. So what exactly is a personal loan? Well, a personal loan is basically a lump sum of money that you would normally go get from some banking institution. The way that you are going to get qualified for this is it is based off of your credit score and your income. Very simple. There is no collateral associated with it. And what do I mean by collateral? I mean that basically there's no house, there's no car, there's nothing physical that the bank is going to attach onto other than attach it to your credit and attach it to you as far as a personal guarantee to say that you will pay back the sum of money that you borrowed. Personal loans do go by different names. Sometimes you will see them as signature loans. And as I mentioned before, they are fairly easy to get when you compare it to an auto loan or a home loan. It's just much easier to get, which makes it really perfect for individuals who need the money for a small purchase or a big purchase. I always tell individuals that if you are going to get a personal loan, just get the amount you need and don't go in there to the bank. And if you qualify for a $100,000 loan and you don't need that $100,000, and let's just say you only needed 20, go for the 20. It will be much better for you. You will get what you need and pay for whatever the purchase that you need or whatever the reason is that you need it. And then that will be it. If you take that $100,000, you will probably spend the money on useless items and then next thing you know, you're $100,000 in debt. So next is, how do personal loans work? Well, personal loans in particularly, you get the lump sum of money and then it's normally a fixed amount that you have to pay back every month. So let's just say you borrow $20,000 and then your payments would be $400 for the next 3 years. And so that's how a personal loan works as far as repayment, as far as the structure goes. Personal loans are normally shorter term loans, so you will not see it as long as a home loan of 20, 25, or even 30 years. They aren't made for that. These loans will normally be around 5 years, probably less than that, probably 3 to 5 years you will see personal loans for, which in turn does make the payments higher because you have to pay it back faster. I make sure I tell individuals that when you take a look at these personal loans or these signature loans, that you understand what the monthly payment will be. And if the monthly payment will put you in danger for missing a payment, because it's normally higher than a car loan or a home loan. And that is what most people believe. Most people believe that it will be comparable to that, and it will not. And like I said, since this loan is based off of your credit, the better credit you have, the better your interest rate will be. If you have really good credit, you'll probably get in the single digits. If you have mediocre credit, then you will be in the double digits. So it's less than the credit card, but it is extremely dependent upon what your credit score is and how much money you bring in from your income. Another thing that you want to take a look at is when you get a personal loans normally, or some lenders, I'm not going to say normally, but I'm going to say some lenders have origination fees. Now, what are origination fees? Origination fees are a fee that the lender will charge you up front. That can range between 1 to 6%. So the bank is going to charge you an upfront fee for them lending you the money. Let's just say that you borrow $10,000. Okay, of that $10,000, the lender is going to charge you a fee of 2%. So of that 2%, that would be $200 that the lender is going to charge you up front. Now, some lenders will decide to actually put that, instead of charging you an origination fee or upfront cost, they will incorporate it into their interest rate. So you may go to one lender and you'd be like, man, their interest rate is higher, and they may not charge any origination fee. You may go to another lender, their interest rate may be lower, but they'll charge you, 2 to 4 points in origination. This is all determined based on your credit score. So remember, your credit score in a personal loan is extremely important because this is the only way that the bank can determine if you're going to really pay back the loan. As far as risk-wise, the bank cannot guarantee that you're going to pay it back, but if you have an 800 credit score, the chances of you paying back the personal loan are pretty high versus if you have a 400 credit score. At least that's how the bank looks at it. So whatever your credit score is going to determine interest rate, the period of repayment time, if you're going to get charged origination. All of these things will be determined based off of your credit score, since there is no collateral needed for these personal loans. Okay, so let's talk about the type of personal loans. So number one is the regular standard personal loan that you would walk into your bank or your credit union. And trust me, these guys have done personal loans for decade after decade after decade. You know, probably one of their easiest products. You go in, you fill out the application, you give them your employment history, they run your credit, and bam, the money is in your checking account, you know, probably 2 weeks later, something along those lines. So it is a real easy process. All of your information is already there with the bank that you probably are going to do your personal loan with. So that's the first one. So number two is your online lenders. This normally is your peer-to-peer type of lending. This is extremely popular online. You have Lending Club, SoFi. I mean, just the list goes on and on. If you type in personal loans on Google, it'll probably pop up with a bunch of stuff. But these loans are really easy to get. Obviously, it's going to be also heavy on your income. It's going to be heavy on your credit. But what this peer-to-peer is individuals are kind of being the bank. They're lending their money to these institutions with getting some type of rate of return, and they're lending the money to the institution, and the institution then lends it to you. And the process with this happens pretty fast. You give the information, and some of these online lenders, you can get the money as fast as 48 hours, depending on your credit, depending on your employment, and they don't really have to ask any more questions. Everything mostly is done electronically. They do all of their research and background work on you through data and through the internet and electronically. So it makes it really easy to individuals. You just type in your information, you type in your routing, your bank account information, boom, 48 hours, you got your money. So a lot of people go this route. This is probably one of the most popular routes, and you can kind of see the standard institutions kind of coming over to this type of personal loan because it's super easy, and everybody in this day and age loves convenience. And if you can just go online and just type in your information and do it, then why not? So number three is specialized lenders. Now, this is really important because this type of lender will lend you the money for whatever the certain job that you have. So for instance, if you need dental work, you need landscaping work, home improvement, they are specialty lenders in that area. So they will lend you the money for the personal loan for that exact job that you're doing. It makes it a lot easier because when you have these specialized lenders, they know what you're going to spend the money on. So you don't have to get charged a higher interest rate because the lender doesn't know exactly what you're going to spend it on. For instance, you know, if you go ahead and you're doing a landscaping project, they will either give you the money for the landscaping project, maybe kind of give you the money and direct it towards like Home Depot or something like that to make sure that you use it for that. And the interest rate may be 7%, even though your credit may not be the best, but it's because they know exactly what you're going to use the money for. Versus if you were to go to a credit union or somewhere else and you were to say, I'm not going to let you know what I'm going to use it for, and I just can use it for whatever I want, they'll probably charge you like 13% based on your credit and whatnot. So you can see the difference that if you go to a specialized lender for a specialized job, that it sometimes does benefit you. So that is the three type of personal loans. Okay, so let's talk about the spending of the personal loan. Like everybody loves the spending portion. So what do people normally spend personal loans on. So number one is probably consolidating debt. You have a bunch of credit cards, a bunch of other stuff that you're trying to consolidate, and you just want to make one payment. And maybe the interest rates on those credit cards are higher than what your personal loan will be. So you decide that, it's better just to kind of put all of it together, pay all of that off, and you'll pay a lower interest rate and a lower monthly payment by doing this. So that's one. So number two would be like an expensive purchase. You're going to buy something big. I don't know, like a lot of people use the personal loans for like weddings and things of that nature where you don't have the cash available, but it's something that you want or you need, and you use a personal loan for that. So this one is kind of basically self-explanatory. You want something, you need something, you don't have the money for it, so you use a personal loan for it. Number three is home improvements. You want to build a brand new deck out, or you want to rip some trees out, or you want to put some siding on your house. Whatever it may be, a home improvement project that's going to cost some money. You don't have that amount in your checking account or your savings account, and you want to get it done. A lot of people use it for that and to fix up their houses and whatnot. Now, some of these fixes will increase, the value of your home. So you got to kind of figure out if it's a good idea. If you're building something that's not going to increase the value of your home, you have to kind of weigh the pros and the cons in that. But that's not what this video is about. It's about letting people know exactly what they spend their personal loans on. Number four is emergencies. You don't have a savings account that has your emergency fund. It's not funded. You don't have any money for that. And something happens, your car breaks down, just anything that's an emergency happens, and you need to come up with the funds ASAP, and you don't have the funds in your account. So a lot of people will go and ask a bank or do a online personal loan to go ahead and solve that issue of whatever the emergency is for that. And then number five, which is investing in yourself. Some people will go out and get a personal loan and start a business with it. They will use it to invest in real estate. They will use it to multiple things, but it is investing in yourself. Now, do I agree with that? You got to weigh out the pros and cons of that. And, maybe I'll do another video on that. But as of right now, you just have to weigh the pros and cons of, does that work for you? And will it cost you more money in the end, or will it save you money? You have to do the research and figure out what's best for you. So once again, guys, I just wanted to explain the whole spiel of what a personal loan is, how it works, how it can affect you, and to give you the information for you to decide if the personal loan is good for you or if it's not, how you can use it, how others use it. So if you got value out of this content, please hit that subscribe, like, and notification button. It really helps out my channel, guys. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks.